within the art that I create, the paintings, you will always find the ancient gods. I think many artists are spiritual more than religious. I'm not a religious person, but I'm very spiritual. And occasionally I feel, living in the country that I live in, because of its beauty and its grandeur, that the gods are still alive. So I have no difficulty in looking at Mother Earth and thinking of a huge body that is giving us, that is replenishing all of the goodness that we live on. The moon, Koyoshauki, the name of the moon, is always present in my work. There's always a moon. And this is a universal symbol, very important symbol, that makes me think immediately of the great British poet Robert Graves and the book The White Goddess, which is found all over the world. And in this book he talks about the white goddess in Africa, in Asia, and in other cultures as the muse of the artist. Life and death is part and parcel of the moon's magic. And the beauty of it is that the moon is changing. Suddenly it disappears. And then it comes slowly back into reality, renewed, you know. So I think that the moon, more than any other symbol, appears constantly in my work. And I find myself carrying on sort of a dialogue with the revitalization, forcefulness of the moon. You know, I feel that sometimes as an artist, as all artists, my energy sort of wane, you know, and suddenly I feel drained of energy, of creative energy. And then I wait for a while, and then I come back, you know. So she's always there. The muse is always there. But I have to bring her back. I have to, you know, look for her. I have to call her. I have to sort of play with her. And then suddenly it's back in power, you know. And that's sort of a constant thing with me. If I stop painting for a week or 2 weeks, I feel a little bit frustrated because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, you know. I think artists have to do what they do because it's like breathing. It's second nature. We're communicative. We explore, we think, we dream, and that is something that keeps us alive. If we weren't able to do that, we would merely exist. I think it's very important to look for a sort of an ongoing relationship with our environment. You know, today one of the biggest issues is precisely that humankind is destroying the earth. Now, I don't want to be naive and say that the indigenous people of the Americas were totally in tune with nature. They weren't. We know for a fact that they practiced slash and burn in order to, you know, plant their crops. They didn't understand anything about ecology like we do today, but they did live in harmony. And they did understand that outside of them, beyond them, there were forces that they could not control. And the only way that there could be any kind of relationship with these forces was by worshiping, making offerings, and having ceremonies which were sung, and there was dance. You know, dance is a way of language. And they communicated with these tools, with the things around them. They also understood, better than we do today, the meaning of death. So that people were more in tune to the fact that life is a circle. And when we die, that circle closes and perfects itself. And we go into the beyond. And we become part of the supreme conscience of the cosmos. You know, I think that the trouble with people in general, and artists especially, is that many of them have enormous egos. And they think that, you know, they're indestructible, that they're this, they're that. And they're always thinking in terms of their ego, what they want, you know, more than anything else. And I think in life, it's more important to understand what I need, not what I want. I think that we shouldn't be materialistic. If we become successful, then I think we should use that success, and I'm talking about, of course, the money that we make, to do things that are generous, you know. And many artists here in Mexico, Tamayo is a good example, Rufino Tamayo from Oaxaca. He created museums, homes for the elderly, homes for the blind, schools for the blind. You're going to Oaxaca, you're going to see this. That's the way it should be. You know, that what we have earned because of our talent, we have to get back. You know, our talent is really not ours. It was given to us. It was handed down. It's a spiritual force and energy that flows through us, but it doesn't belong to us. It's on loan to us. So in the process of creating things, we should always be grateful that we have that ability to create, because it's a divine energy that flows through us but does not belong to us.